Hey traders, my quick rundown on my analysis on Microsoft going into next week or into tomorrow. I'm sorry. So basically, we came in Friday with a massive sell order in Microsoft at the highs. Now, this could have been triggered by the fact that we had to be very mindful. We were coming into 6,000 on the S&Ps, and we had a massive call wall at the 6,000 level that managed to, and market makers managed to close underneath, uh, close the markets underneath those call walls Friday. And that's pretty much anytime we come up into a massive call wall and it just fades away from it, that's not a bearish sign going into the start of the next week. That's actually a bullish sign. The fact that, the only thing that literally stopped price was the market makers had to suppress prices. Um, so, they had just enough strength to keep prices under what they had needed to keep it under so Wall Street could get paid. So, and that's pretty much all I could say about the sell-off that we had Friday was just suppressing price just far enough down to for Wall Street to get paid. So, and that's typically what most times, even in a bullish market, that those situations typically do play out that way. So basically, of all the trades, Microsoft of all times, we're in the 60 percentile, the top of the top 100 trades that executed there Friday, right at the open to the downside. We had a weaker trade, a bullish trade that at Friday's close, which is a bullish trade. So basically, we've got two opposing forces here on two fairly uh, strong trades. So we know right here, futures are looking great going into tomorrow here. So we know that if price opens above that sell print on Microsoft tomorrow, then we want to be net long. Otherwise, we're probably going to chop around in between those two levels, at least to start off the week here. So be mindful of that going forward here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So I've got this over here. No, I didn't put it yet. I'm sorry. There you go. So here's my chart on Microsoft and what I've got going on here. I don't even need that study on there. Let me turn it off. And I'll turn it back on here once I zoom in here, guys. So you can see my levels. And so basically how I got the buy signal and the sell signal. Okay, this is Friday. Okay, Friday trading day at the open here. And I used that study, the volume hot percent study. And I can just zoom in here. I'll turn it back off in a minute. And you see that big sell? This was all on the bid, not the ask, right out of the gate. And actually, this is where I made my money. I shorted the markets right out of the gate and made my money. 12 minutes, I was done Friday. But yeah, this is what they were right into that. The S&Ps were right into that massive call wall, and it was massive. And anytime you're into a massive call wall, you're pushing right into it on the open there with a big gap after already having a big gap. Those I will always take that in size for a counter trend trade. So always. So I tell you. So at any rate, massive call, massive sell up here, and I think it was not triggered by anything to do with the Microsoft itself. It was just triggered by everybody trying to get out of Dodge. They didn't want to give up their profits, because of we were into that massive call wall. So, this could have been, but this was the strongest trade of the week. So be very mindful of that. You know, it bothers me in the fact that the the bulls who came in down here, the sizing of that was actually smaller than the selling up here. So just take that as a takeaway in the back of your mind. Okay. So Wednesday on the close, we had buyers actually stepping up down here. Okay. So be very mindful of that. Going forward here, we lose that, then that actually week on week suggests that we want to be looking net short. Okay, so by marking out the big buy and sell orders on a week to week basis, I'm not actually using the trading ranges of the weeks. I'm actually using what the the actual big institutions what use those I'm using them as my trigger point for the buy and sell areas, and I think it's a much more targeted approach to take your trades, uh, and to identify your trades. You can target very critical key points that the institutions are seeing, that they're executing on. So be very mindful of that going forward here. So that pretty much sums up what I was looking at here. If we go into daily real quick here, we had this downtrend. We've broken out of that. Uh, Anybody who on 4 hour, I'll show you guys something here, blank. And so we know from before the first of the year into December, early in December, we've had a lot of sell side pressure on Microsoft. It's been one of uh, strong, the biggest megatechs that has had sell side action. And what we do have going on here, down here, so you had this lower high right here, but this is still inside of your fair value gap. So you can't really count that as a lower high on inside this fair value gap, okay, on the 4 hour. But coming up here, now we do have a lower high in, and we defended this trend support, okay, but we technically do not have uh, uh, we got a double top right here, okay. So we do have a double top right here. So it's not uh, a reversal in my opinion. Uh, so be very mindful. Uh, so we did break above this, but we have a double top right here. This still looks like a channeling. This could be a trading channel. Okay, sideways channel because we rejected where we did. And see what those long wicks. Okay, this here is looking more constructive, and that's all I can say. And we defended that massive buy area. So this to me looks more like by the dip at this price point. If you had to do anything, you wanted to swing long over the weekend, and I think you'll probably get paid tomorrow morning if you went swing long Microsoft. But bottom line is we didn't lose support. That massive buy, so we did close above that. So if we come in tomorrow, we start losing to 428.31 early on in the session tomorrow for some reason you know, uh, obviously, this thing's probably in a little bit of trouble. So, you really don't want to be net long, below 428.30. So, in my opinion, so just food for thought going forward here. Okay, thanks a lot.